Good evening, everybody. It is Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. The reason that anybody speaks on dark skin, the reason that anybody speaks on colorism, the reason that anybody speaks on darkism online, and even on reality TV. Yes, even on reality TV. You're welcome. You're welcome. I started dark skin activism in 1998. I created the very first platform in history to fight for the eradication of dark skin discrimination because colorism, thank God for Alice Walker, did not go far enough. And when paradigms don't go far enough, what you do if you are an innovator, if you are a thinker, if you are a problem solver, if you are a person like I am, I look for solutions to problems, you create your own solutions to your problems. Okay? And that's one of the things that Paulo Freire advocated for in his book, Pedagogy of the Oppressed. That book is one of my most cherished books of all times, in addition to the ISIS papers. Rest in peace, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. So I've been through a lot as a dark-skinned black woman. I've been through hell and back, and I'm talking about my story because y'all already done plagiarized my shit. I'm talking about Rashida Strober. Of course, I know that other people have experienced dark skin discrimination. The difference is they did not think to create a movement and platform against it. They only started talking about it when they heard me talk about it. And I don't like that. I don't like people plagiarizing me, copying me. Be yourself. It's only one dark skin activist. So I'm here to talk about Rashida Strober and what I've been through as a dark skinned woman, because this is the lane that I created, and this is what I've been doing before there was social media. This is what I've been doing before there was YouTube, and I'm going to continue to do it because I built this lane from scratch. I was the only dark-skinned woman in my graduate program at the University of South Florida. Yep, I was the lone dark-skinned woman. And let me tell y'all something. Sometimes you got a segment of the black community that they want to be the only one. They want to be the token. You understand? They want to be able to say, I did it first. I don't say I did this first or that first because I want it to be that way. I say I'm the first dark skinned activist because it's the truth. I speak on facts. What is factual? What is actual? What is real? I was the only dark-skinned woman. I was the only black woman in my graduate program at the time, which was the political science program at the University of South Florida. And it was a lonely road because I experienced a lot of darkism. And I used to sit back. I told y'all I'm an introvert. People think that I'm an extroverted, but I'm actually not. I'm actually an introvert. So I said, you can't tell me about me. How you gonna try to sit there and tell somebody about who they are and what they do and this, that, and the third? How are you gonna tell me? Y'all can't see me, huh? I'm so black you can't see me. Midnight black. Can you see the teeth? All y'all see is teeth? There we go. There we go. So I was the only dark-skinned woman in my graduate school class. And it was a long, lonely road, but I fought through it because I made up in my mind that this was something that I was going to accomplish come hell or high water. I wasn't going to allow racism. I wasn't going to allow darkism. I wasn't going to allow anything to stop me. And so I persevered. And even getting into the program, I experienced darkism. I experienced darkism even when I applied for the program. Darkism is a very real thing that is faced by dark-skinned people, and people that have not faced darkism should not even speak on it unless you're speaking in support. People that have never walked in darkism, you don't have a right to even speak about it. Who are you to speak on darkism when you are not a dark-skinned person and you haven't? It's one thing for other people to be copying and plagiarizing my work, but it's a whole nother ball game when a person, you're not even a dark-skinned person, you're a part of a privileged class. You don't wake up every morning being dark-skinned, walking out into the world, having to worry about being discriminated against. You don't have a right to speak on darkism. You have no rights. Hey, Daryl Phil. Thank you, darling. You have no right to speak on darkism. In fact, it's hypocrisy. It's darkism hypocrisy for a non-dark-skinned person to run their mouth about darkism, because you have no idea, no matter how much you be around dark-skinned people, no matter how many dark-skinned friends you have, no matter how many dark-skinned women you like or dark-skinned men you like, you don't walk in a dark-skinned person's shoes if you're not dark-skinned. You don't know what it's like. I was the only dark-skinned woman in my graduate program at the University of South Florida, and I was a dark-skinned, introverted woman, and I was mistreated, and I had to fight to get into the program, even though I had the qualifications. Isn't that something? That's what I'm saying. When you dark-skinned, I told y'all earlier, just because you have a master's degree or a PhD or a law degree or any type of graduate degree, and that doesn't mean anything. That does not exempt you from darkism. But there was a wonderful woman who I dedicated my thesis to, who saw what was going on. She saw, here's this young, dark-skinned, intelligent, hungry young woman, but there's some discrimination going on here. And I'll never forget how the dark-skinned woman, she stepped in and she helped me. And that's what I love about the old school dark-skinned women. I respect them because they really tried to, did their part to people like Mary McLeod Bethune, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Shirley Chisholm, dark-skinned Nina Simone. Those dark-skinned women really wanted to see other black women succeed, and they didn't want to steal from them. Now, I will say, Madam C.J. Walker, God bless the dead, but you stole from Annie Malone. I can't respect that. Any black person that's taken from another black person, nope, I can't respect you. But shout out to the black women, the old school, because it's mostly the old school. The new school have been glamorized. The civil rights movement, they've glamorized it. It's not real in a lot of ways. But a lot of us have forgotten the struggle and what it means to struggle and what it means to actually pull your brother and sister up. So we're not doing that. You heard of that crab? Blue crab. Hot crabs, garlic crabs, hot garlic crabs, hot butter crabs. But the old school dark skinned women, they wasn't on that. So I got a lot of respect for the old school, like my 7th grade teacher, Maddie Everett. Dark skinned, classy, beautiful woman that influenced me heavily. Now I'm me. I'm Rashida Strober. I'm going to be me. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm me all day. That's why you mad. You mad because I'm comfortable and I do it my way. The dark skinned activist way. Rashida Strober way. I don't do it your way. I do it my way. That's why you mad. That's why you pissed. But Miss Maddie Everett, may she rest in peace. I know you watching. I know you looking down from heaven. I made it. I made it. Got that master's degree, persevered through all the darkism, through all the racism, persevered and got it. They wanted me to be a crackhead on the street. They wanted me to be on alcohol, getting high. But instead, I became vegan. I practiced self-care, self-love, and got my master's degree, and I made it through. Long story short, I even graduated before a lot of the haters that was in there. All the hate, they couldn't even concentrate and focus on their studies and what needed to be done to graduate on time. The only thing they had over me is you weren't dark skinned. So automatically you got that privilege. So you ain't actually need to concentrate and focus. You ain't got to do all of that because you already got the privilege. Okay? You already got the privilege. But see, I have to put in the real work, the real studying. I couldn't go to parties and get drunk and be on drugs and be sleeping around with multiple men and having all these babies out of wedlock. I couldn't do that. I had to hone in and focus on my studies because I'm dark skinned. I was dark skinned. I'm dark skinned. Always been dark skinned. So it's a whole different standard for me being a dark skinned woman, but I made it through. I made it through. I was the only dark skinned woman. And then I'll never forget, about a year in, and I'm going to call this person a woman of color because I can't say definitively that she was actually a black woman. She looked like a woman of color. But about a year in, they allowed another woman of color. I'm black. I don't call myself a woman of color. I'm dark skinned. I'm black. But to these people that want to put these labels on black people and try to make black people be what you want black people to be, I'm going to say this woman was a woman of color, and she did not experience darkism because her skin was not as dark as mine. She was able to come in and experience the ease of being acclimated into the program. She was able to get help easily. I saw it. I didn't say anything. I just sat back and observed and watched what was going down. And it had nothing. Here's the darkism. Here's the darkism that people like to say. See, a non-dark skinned woman can behave ratchetly in the same way that people accuse me of behaving, but they'll never say it's her attitude because she's not dark skinned. Even if a dark skinned woman doesn't have an attitude, she's immediately branded the evil one, the ratchet one, the loud one, and she's penalized for it. Conversely, a non-dark skinned woman can behave in the same exact way I just named, with the same exact attributes I just named, and be rewarded for it. That's the darkism hypocrisy. But I made it through because I'm smarter than you. I've got more discipline than you. I'm mentally stronger than you. I'm more intelligent than you. I got more grit than you. So I made it through. I was the only dark-skinned woman in my graduate degree program, which was the master's degree program in international relations, where I earned my master's degree in political science from the University of South Florida. Did my thesis on structural adjustment policies as it relates to the dark-skinned people of Sierra Leone, and that's why you're jealous. That's why you're mad. You're mad because I have a master's degree. And I did it my way. My way. Shout out to Usher. My way. Thank you, Usher, for liking dark-skinned women. Thank you. Rashida Strober, the reason why you're talking about dark skin. Rashida Strober, the reason why you're talking about colorism. Say thank you. The world's first and only dark skin activist, darkskinactivist.com. I've written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. I created the entire dark skin and colorism lane. My books that are available are Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, which is a word that I came up with out of my own brain to define the unique struggles that dark skinned people face. My other book is A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, which I also have the play version, which is my one woman show that I just performed back on June 26th, and I will be dropping another dark skinned show for you by the end of the year. My other book, which is my latest book, is called Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. My other book is How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet, which is the first motivational book ever written for dark skinned females. My other book that I'm working on right now is called Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story. And if you want that release date, you need to go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and become a member, because that's where I'm going to drop that information when that book is released. My other book, that's actually an audio book, which is available on YouTube, is A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story. If you would like to purchase a book directly from me, it's $40 each. My Cash App is $Rashida Once again, $Rashida. Or you can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. You can also purchase my books on Amazon. You can also purchase my books directly from my website, which is darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. There's only one.